We are going to use today's session to be discussing the work that you all are actively underway, or hopefully to brainstorm ideas of collaborations you could have. But just to orient and situate this, I wanted to talk a little bit about our plans for the upcoming OHDSI Global Symposium. We have the steering work group has met and agreed to the following rough agenda for the 3 days. Really strongly encourage all of you who are going to come to the symposium to come stay for 3 days of a lot of fun and collaboration. On Friday, October 20th, we'll be having a series of activities in terms of presentations and plenary sessions and networking activities. But I want to highlight that the Collaborator Showcase is again going to be a featured component of the first day of our symposium, with 3 hours dedicated to the Collaborator Showcase with posters and demos, lightning talks, and even more posters and demos that are set up. But based on the feedback we heard from last year, we know that still wasn't enough time to have as much engagement and networking and collaboration with our Collaborator Showcase. And so over the course of the weekend, Saturday, October 21st and Sunday, October 22nd, we're going to be having a series of tutorials, workshops, and workgroup activities, but we will be promoting the Collaborator Showcase on both days throughout the entire session. So in our new venue in East Brunswick, New Jersey, we've got a very, very big space, and we're going to be able to use that venue as an opportunity to provide multiple opportunities for those of you who present a poster or a demo or a lightning talk. You're going to have multiple opportunities to be showcased and for folks to be able to come around and learn from you and hopefully strike up collaborations. And that's going to be going on throughout the entire weekend. So I really want to encourage those of you who are thinking about coming and wondering whether it's going to be worth it. We're really putting a huge emphasis on making sure that everybody has ample time to collaborate and showcase your work throughout the entire 3 days. And so want to encourage your active participation there. I'll also just highlight that this year we will be having an OHDSI talent competition on the first evening. So those of you who have some skills that you'd like to display beyond your posters, be ready to contribute to that. Also highlight that we're only about an hour away from New York City, so we're going to hopefully be able to coordinate in case folks want to go see the Big Apple. And to highlight that we are thinking about workshop activities that we really think are going to encourage everybody to participate throughout the weekend. And George and I specifically have plans for one of our other large strategic community OKRs associated with how often that we're going to do a collaborative workshop throughout the weekend. So it's going to be an action-packed 3 days of community activities, but as highlighted here in orange, really the showcase of our community symposium is our Collaborator Showcase, where you all can present your ongoing work through posters, demos, and lightning talks. So Craig showed you, go to OHDSI.org/OHDSI 2023 to see all the details about the symposium. We'll be putting more details, including this draft agenda, up there soon. And as it relates to the Collaborator Showcase, there's a lot of details out on 2023 Collaborator Showcase. But the main thing, as Craig reinforced, the deadline is Friday, June 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the last moment you could submit. It is not the first moment you could submit. You could submit right now if you wanted to. But Elise and I are looking, and we've noticed that most of you haven't wanted to yet. And so that's kind of understandable. You've got 3 weeks left. But to reinforce the idea for the Collaborator Showcase is that you will be submitting a full submission. It's basically a 1,000-word document that goes through your backgrounds, methods, results, and discussion. You could be submitting on any topic, whether it be on any of the pillars in the OHDSI community, whether that be open community data standards, methodologic research, open source development, clinical research, and whether that be in characterization, estimation, or prediction. If you're also doing work to support community development, that's welcome and encouraged as a submission. When you make your submission, you're going to specify whether you're interested in a submission to be considered as a poster, a software demonstration, or a lightning talk. And those will go through a thorough peer review process, and then ultimately determinations and acceptances will come out. And so what we're hoping to do today is to use the last 45 minutes together to break up into groups so that you all can share what work you might be thinking about making a submission over the next 3 weeks. Or if you are still in the process of just ideating on things you might want to consider doing, then this is a great chance for you to do a little networking and maybe forge some collaborations. So Craig's going to break us up into small groups. And during that time, I encourage you to just meet new colleagues, share what you're doing. If you have a submission in the works, go ahead and share what you're doing. If you're thinking about doing something or are on the fence, feel free to share your thoughts about that too. And I think, Craig, we're going to do 3 rounds of speed networking on collaboration opportunities, with an eye towards 3 weeks from now seeing all of you with submissions to our OHDSI Global Symposium ready to present and have your work showcased over the course of our 3-day weekend.